Okay. Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
So we're back, and we decided. We decided to jump back in by answering a question that Sydney had asked a while back. And I think it was a good question because we kept mentioning it, but we never really explained why. So Sydney had asked, why didn't I want to get married? So when I thought about it, I think, like subconsciously, deep down in the psyche, I probably didn't want to get married or hadn't thought about it because my mom never got married. And she was in a long term relationship with my stepdad for over 15
Oh
years,
wow, yeah.
for a while. And they never got married. So maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe one of those philosophers, or I can't think of the word right now, would say that, and subconsciously that's why I didn't want to get married. But I think more so was that there was no marriage that I saw that I was like, that's it.
Yeah,
That's what I want. Yeah, I want that.
like that's it.
I didn't really have any representation, or I didn't see that. So I think that's why it's not that I didn't want to, but I had never saw the marriage that was appealing to me. So I think that's just why it was never in the plan. When I thought about marriage, it was the mom stayed home, and it's naive of me, but the mom stays home. She takes care of the kids. She cooks. She cleans.
But where did
She,
you see that at?
but
Like
that's
if you didn't see your mother get married, so how did you see that? Was like what? The television, like
I guess
reality shows.
yeah, like television, or my my grandmother. I think my grandmother stayed home,
Hmm.
and my grandfather,
So more of what you seen and more
what I
on
see on
reality
TV,
show.
and then
Yeah.
like those couple of marriages that I did see,
Okay.
that was what I thought marriage was. Like the woman stayed home and she was, the nurturer and took care of the household and the kids, and not
Which
to
nothing's wrong with that.
nothing's
Yeah.
wrong. Nothing's wrong with that.
That's what you want to do. You know.
It's work with you. Some women are
Yeah.
just natural nurturers and they want to pour into their kids, and that's what their work. That's is what works for them.
But you going by what works for you,
That
so it
wasn't
makes sense. Yeah.
it wasn't what I wanted for myself. Like, I'm personally not someone who can stay home.
I tried to make it happen too, so it don't work. I try to make her stay home and I take care of everything. So
He's saying that because when I decided to go back to school, um, he told me, just focus on school.
and let me take care of everything.
He told me focus on school, and like with XJ and things like that.
The next week
The
she started working,
next week I got
so
a job.
that don't work. So let's just
The next week, because I took some time from teaching to go back to school, because I knew for whatever reason I just took some time from teaching
yeah.
to go back to school, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just focus on XJ. And I was in an accelerated program thing, so I was like, let me just focus on school. It was like literally a week
A
later.
week,
A week
literally a
later, I
week,
told him I got a job,
and I'm like, nah, I didn't say stay home. Don't do.
I think that's
I
what it
was
was.
willing to work it out with making her decision on what she wanted to do. So
And
that helped us out.
I think that has a lot to do with why I finally decided to get married. So,
Yeah.
like, I heard, people say, like, my dad, for instance, was like, not in a bad place, but you know how old sayings, he's like, why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free? Like, in other sense, why doesn't you shouldn't give a man the milk without making him, like, buy the cow. Like, you don't live with him and give him the wife feel without him marrying you. But I think for us, it worked because it allowed me to see that I
There's
can.
other ways you can do
There's
it.
other ways
You
for
don't get married.
a marriage to work. Like,
Yeah.
when I wanted to go back to school, he's like, go ahead and do it. when I was having a hard time in one of my work experience, and he was just like very supportive. It was like when I was stressed out and there was times like I didn't want to come home and cook, I would literally come home and fall asleep on the couch. Like,
Yeah. Food be ready though.
but I wake up and he would have cooked.
Yeah, I cook and
So it was like he would
it
help
balanced
balance
out.
me out. Like
Yeah.
if I was having one of those days where it was like I didn't want to come home and cook, and it was like one of those days for me, and he saw I was tired, like he would cook. Or if it was a long day and actually needed help with homework and I'm getting a little frustrated, he would jump in.
About, yeah.
It's just, and I realized like what I thought a marriage wasn't necessarily what it had to be. So once I was able to create the marriage that I wanted, that's when I said, oh, now I can do this. So us living together and sort of being married, once I did that, that's when I was like, oh, okay,
Now
you
I
know,
can think about it. She had options of how she wanted to, how they wanted that wedding.
Right, because like
So
even down to the wedding, it's like the idea of the wedding, another part that it just was not for me.
Yeah.
The idea of like walking down the aisle in the dress and everyone's eyes are on you. I'm not someone who likes the spotlight.
No surprises. That's
So,
not you. So
that's just another layer of it. It's like you starting the marriage out and it's like I gotta walk down the aisle, all these people looking at me. I gotta share my feelings in front of all these people, and I'm like a very private person.
Yeah.
Like with my emotions and things like that, I'm very private. So it was like it was just marriage, and the wedding was like everything I was not, or I did not want to be. And once I realized that I can redefine that and make it what I want it to be, that's when I realized, hey, that's it. Like, we changed. We didn't.
It can be great.
We went
You
to.
make it how you want it.
We went to the court, got married.
Yeah.
We had it just our parents and siblings. Then we flew off. Then we had the party. Like, once I was clear on like how I can define marriage for me, and I created the one I wanted, that's when I was like, hey, okay, no, I can be married. Right? So I had to create, because I didn't see the marriage I wanted. I had to create that for myself by us living together, and then that's what showed me that, hey, I can
Get
get
married. You
married.
gotta stay home. You don't have to, do what you think, what you've seen, can be done. It works. So
Right.
It's good.
It can be something that fits my lifestyle, and we still travel and do the things that I wanted to do that I didn't think was possible.
Yeah.
Being married, we still do that. So I think that was important for me.
That's good.
So why did you want to get married? So
I always wanted to get married.
What you said
Since I was 16. I don't know why like the age stuck with me. It's just around that time I just always wanted to get married. And it wasn't no thing. I seen, celebrities, people getting married, and people was breaking up, getting divorced, things like that. And I looked at it with knowing that I can do my own thing. Of if someone get married, if it didn't work out for them, that don't mean it's not going to work out for me. So it actually was great, and I feel like in my eyes, like you're not a king without a queen. So that's one thing that
you dropping a mixtape?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a mixtape soon. End of the year, I'm telling you. So that's just what I always want to do. I seen, my mom, got married, and it didn't work out. But, I also looked at what was the wrong in the situations, and I'm like, oh, look.
So that kind of told you what you would.
Yeah, like another thing with like looking at, the dudes or the females people deal with, and I can put a thing of like how I want, things to be. So it wasn't like always, like I didn't want like to me, I didn't really care for like the big wedding, because it did save us a lot of money too with the like how everything, if we did it our way. Mm-hmm. I just wanted I actually wanted someone to do it our way with me. You know, I still wanted to get married. It took a while for us to get married.
But we were sorting out.
Yeah, we were sorting
Sorting
out
out
everything.
our
Like you
way.
said, you had to figure out like, oh, you knew what it wasn't. I knew what it wasn't at one point because, like I said, I always made it to where, look, I can do it how I want to do it, my way, or then we could put it together where it's our way to where that worked out.
Like, I knew it was us, but I didn't know it was.
It was us.
It was us.
Then we have
Right.
to put it on that paper to where
Right.
it's us.
Like, it was us, but I was like, I didn't know if it was going to be us.
Like we signed our name down. Like,
Right.
You sure you want to do this, girl? But like I said, it's good. It's great. We still learning.
And that's a part of this. We're still learning, and I think that's how you got me on board with this, because I'm very, like, I'm an introvert, so I'm very private and reserved. So I think that had a lot to do with it. Like, giving people, like, it's okay to be married or to be in a partnership with someone, whereas you two
Like I said, it's your way.
two against life, doing it your way.
Yeah,
and
doing it your way.
Once you sort that out, then I think everything else just falls into place.
And nothing else matters. Like what anyone else saying and what anyone feel like outside looking in. It's just y'all know y'all good, and you make it work. That's basically how it goes.
Make marriage cool again.
Make marriage cool again.